Global TV News Express, President Tinubu addresses Nigerians on 64th independence, assures on bright future. Fire tear gas at protesters in Abuja. In business, All Farmers Association of Nigeria says flood insecurity may cause severe food shortages. On the foreign scene, more than 20 children fear dead in Thailand bus crash. And in sports, Federation of International Football Association slams 6-month ban on Eto'o. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. President Bola Tinubu says Nigeria must either reform for progress and prosperity or continue with business as usual and risk collapse. He, however, said his administration, upon taking over the leadership of the country 16 months ago, decided to reform the country's political economy and defense architecture, given the critical situation the country found itself in. He says Nigeria had been in uncertainty owing to missed opportunities and mistakes of the past. The president used the occasion to call on citizens to not allow the mistakes trail the country into the future. We'll take In a related development, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has reiterated that the security of the people remains paramount to his administration, reaffirming his commitment to making decisions that prioritize the welfare of Oyo State residents. Speaking during a state broadcast October to mark Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary, Governor Makinde highlighted the importance of strengthening democratic institutions and fostering unity among Nigerians. Meanwhile, in preparation for the upcoming October 1st Independence Day celebration, the Nigerian Police Force says it has strategically deployed adequate personnel and equipment throughout the Federal Capital Territory. The Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 7, Bennett Igwe, stated this while addressing journalists in Abuja. Kike Lomo-Okere completes the report.
Take 2. The Assistant Inspector General of Police Zone 7, Bennett Igwe, says the proactive deployment is to ensure the residents of FCT enjoy a hitch-free Independence Day celebration. He says the police will not tolerate any form of protest from Islamic Movement of Nigeria, popularly known as Shiites.
We have a lot of intelligence at our disposal that some miscreants to be led or including members of the proscribed Islamic movement of Nigeria wants to be on the streets. I want to say that because they have been proscribed, they don't have right of assembly, they don't have right of procession, and they don't have right of protest. So tomorrow we are going to enjoy our safety, but we are going to readily wait for them and their goods.
It says traffic diversion will be implemented in areas expected to experience large crowds, including Central Area and Eagle Square. While celebrating Independence Day, residents of FCT are encouraged to remain vigilant and report any suspicious movement or activities to the FCT police. Kike Lomo-Okere, Global Television News.
Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has appealed to political leaders across party lines to forge a formidable coalition that would provide Nigerians with a credible opposition capable of steering the nation towards a promising future. He stated this while congratulating Nigerians on the occasion of the nation's 64th independence anniversary, just as he urged a united endeavor to elevate the country to the greatness envisioned by its esteemed founders. Security operatives have mounted several roadblocks on roads leading to Eagle Square in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Commuters and journalists faced difficulties accessing the area due to the roadblocks. Heavy presence of security operatives both inside and outside the facility had also been noticed. Youths in Benue State have turned October 1st into a carnival to mark Nigeria's independence, shunning the ongoing Fearless in October protest. However, stern-looking policemen were stationed at various junctions within the capital city to beef up security. Similarly, some youths in their hundreds thronged the major streets of the capital city, drumming and dancing. The youths dressed in various cultural attires and danced around the major streets of the capital city. Youths stormed the streets of Osogbo, the Osun State's capital, to voice their frustrations over the country's economic challenges. The demonstrators, who were seen carrying placards with different inscriptions, called on President Bola Tinubu to reinstate the fuel subsidy to help ease the rising cost of living, particularly the sharp increase in food prices. In Lagos State, former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore, has joined the ongoing protest. Sowore, who is one of the key organizers of the protest, arrived at the protest ground at the Ikeja underbridge at exactly 8:50 a.m. Sowore said the protest was a crucial step towards taking Nigeria to the promised land. Officers of the Nigerian police force have shot tear gas at a group of protesters in the Utako market area of Abuja, the nation's capital, as demonstrations against economic hardship continue across the country. The protesters had gathered at the bustling market to strategize on the day's activities when security operatives dispersed them with tear gas, creating chaos in the area. The Chief Judge of Akwa Ibom State, Justice Ekaite Obot, has inaugurated a 15-member local government election petitions tribunal for the October 5th local government election in the state. The tribunal is made up of 5 members from each of the 3 senatorial districts of the state. Speaking while inaugurating the panel at the CJ's chambers in Uyo, Obot said the constitution of the panel was in fulfillment of sections 43 and 45, subsection 1 of the Akwa Ibom State Independent Electoral Commission Law 2024 as amended. Let's turn to Imo State, where Governor Hope Uzodinma has expressed gratitude to God that despite insecurity in some parts of Nigeria, the nation has not experienced full-blown terrorism like in some African nations. Speaking at a church service ahead of Nigeria's 64th independence, the governor expressed concern about disaster in some parts of the country. Global Television's reporter Amarachi Ibe has details.
Governor Hope Uzodinma, his cabinet members and other top government officials arrived in Maria Assumpta Cathedral in Owerri. The governor and other worshippers are here to pray for the nation's peace in the face of banditry and kidnapping in some parts of the country.
We must not lose sight of the patriotism and faith that burn bright in the hearts of Nigerians. Therefore, I call upon all citizens to unite in prayer and purpose, supporting our current leaders as we strive to rebuild our nation and improve the lives of all.
The governor stated further that Nigeria has been one of the leading African nations and a strong contributor to the world's economy, which he noted that the nation celebrates with gratitude to God and sought intervention for continued progress.
I urge you to give thanks in all circumstances. Let us move from lamentation to celebration. Let us move from despair to hope. The story of our country is not one of defeat, but of God's faithfulness and the potentials before us.
For the church, although Nigeria is battling with challenges, The nation at 64 is worth celebrating.
I thank you all for all you have been doing. A lot of sacrifice going behind the doors, which we do not know of, but all for the good of the people. May God bless you for that. But let us be reminded that today, the suffering in our land is too much. And our people are not asking for too much, but simply to live like human beings. Let us affirm their humanity with policies and strategies that are compassionate.
The service was attended by hundreds of residents across Imo State. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
In response to the recent cholera outbreak that has claimed over 12 lives and hospitalized 304 others, the Adamawa state government has embarked on a large-scale fumigation exercise in Yola and Jimeta towns. Commissioner for Education, Dr. Umar Garba Pella, representing Governor Amadou Finitri, directed fumigators to conduct house-to-house disinfection in over 20 wards and extend the exercise to all 21 local government areas. You're watching the News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Express returns, Barcelona's Spain legend Iniesta to retire from football at 40. Details of this and more after this break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. If you've just joined us, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the News Express. In business, the landing cost of petrol has dropped from the 981 naira per litre recorded on September 25, 2024 to 945.63 naira per litre as of September 27. The data released by the Major Energies Marketers Association of Nigeria indicates that the drop in the landing cost of petrol happened following the appreciation of the naira against the dollar, the United States dollar. The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, says it has strengthened its partnership with the judiciary aimed at enhancing the prosecution of failed banks. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the corporation, Bello Hassan, stated this at the ongoing 19th Abuja International Trade Fair, where he stated that the NDIC's swift response in the case exemplifies its critical role in maintaining financial stability and protecting depositors from the impact of bank failures. Farmers, under the urges of All Farmers Association of Nigeria, have raised the alarm over looming hunger across the country and urged governments to intervene urgently to avert crisis. The national president of the association, Kabir Ibrahim, said food inflation and severe pressures on Nigeria's agricultural system, including low mechanization, difficulty in accessing credits and veritable and affordable seed, manageable transportation, insecurity and flooding are driving hunger. Ibrahim warned that unless urgent and focused action is taken to address agriculture and agribusinesses challenges, the country could face devastating food shortages. On the foreign scene, Regional Prosecutor's Office says Russian strike on the center of the southern Ukrainian city of Kherson has killed 7 people. Video published by the region's governor showed debris and broken glass strewn around a market, while several bodies lay on the pavement. Tens of thousands of dock workers have gone on strike indefinitely at ports across much of the U.S., threatening significant trade and economic disruption ahead of the presidential election and the busy holiday shopping season. Members of the International Longshoremen's Association walked out at 14 major ports along the east and Gulf Coast, halting container traffic from Maine to Texas. The action marks the first such shutdown in almost 50 years. A bus carrying dozens of primary school children has crashed and caught fire just outside the Thai capital, Bangkok. The country's transport minister says 16 children and 3 teachers are reported to have escaped, but 22 pupils and 3 teachers are still unaccounted for. Officials say they have found 10 bodies on the bus. Reports says a flash flood that swept through a southern city of Iran has killed 15 people, updating an earlier toll of 6 dead. Officials also say after finding the last body of Halil River flood incident in Jiroft, a total of 15 are pronounced dead. However, the search and rescue operation had been brought to an end. In sports, former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua has plummeted 6 places in the latest World Boxing Organization's rankings, following his defeat to Daniel Dubois, while Nigeria's Efe Ajagba is the 10th. Joshua, who went into the fight as the world #1 and hot favorite, suffered a shocking 5th-round knockout loss to Dubois at Wembley Stadium in front of 95,000 fans. The defeat has seen the British-Nigerian boxer drop from the top spot to 7th place in the rankings. The 34-year-old was knocked down 4 times in 5 rounds before the referee waved off the contest. Cameroonian Football Federation FECAFOOT President Samuel Eto'o has been handed a 6-month ban by a FIFA disciplinarian panel from attending any international matches involving the Central African country. The former Barcelona and Chelsea striker was sanctioned following breaches of 2 articles of the World Governing Body's disciplinary code. The ban was issued in connection with the Under-20 Women's World Cup last 16 game between Cameroon and Brazil on September 11th, which the South Americans won 3-1 after extra time. Barcelona and Spain football legend Andres Iniesta is set to retire from the game at the age of 40. The veteran midfielder has been a free agent for several months after leaving his latest club, Emirates FC Club, and has decided to draw his career to an end. Iniesta is one of the most beloved of Spain's footballers, having scored the winning goal in the 2010 World Cup final, the only goal of the game, 4 minutes from the end of extra time to secure a first-ever world title for La Roja. He was also key in their victories at Euro 2008 and 2012. As we end the News Express on Global Television, here's a quick look at some of our top stories. President Tinubu Nigerians on the nation's 60th assuring of a bright future. In business, the Farmers Association of Nigeria has raised the alarm that flood and insecurity may cause severe food shortages. On the foreign scene, more than 20 children have been feared dead in Thailand following the bus crash of a school bus. And finally, in sports, we told the Federation of International Football Association has slammed 6-month ban on Samuel Eto'o. The Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365, StarTimes channel 276, and free to air on NIGECOMSAT. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.